Hello, everyone. Good day. It is a good day indeed. If you will go ahead and come and gather and find your seats and put your cell phones on silent, as well as welcome on Zoom. We'll make sure to get you all a program as well. So glad to have you here with us as we get ready to celebrate this momentous and historic occasion of the spring convocation opening up our academic term. So,
hear my prayer, O Lord, give ear to my supplications. Let your good spirit lead me on a level path. In your faithfulness answer me, in your righteousness enter not into judgment with your servant. Let your good spirit lead me on a level path. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all that you have done. I muse on what your hands have made. Let your good spirit lead me on a level path. Make haste to answer me, O Lord. My spirit fails.
Beloved community, good day here in person as well as online. It is such an honor to celebrate this momentous occasion, historic day, honoring Dr. Munjed Murad and all his contributions to our world. Please join me in our call together. The earth is the Lord's, for God has found it on the seas.
And all that is in it, and established it on the rivers.
The world.
And all who live in it.
Hello. I will be reading from Rumi, Mathnawi, chapter 3, verses 10:19 to 10:24. All particles of the world in their inwardness, addressing you, say all day and night, "We have hearing and sight and are happy, but with you, the uninitiated, we are mute. For as much as you are inclined towards inanimateness, how shall you become familiar with the spiritual life of inanimate beings? Go forth from inanimateness into the world of spirit. Hearken to the commotion of the particles of the world."
Today is a holy occasion in the life of a theological school, and so thank you for joining in this significant recognition of the role of professors at United. An installation is a ceremony of covenant, a ceremony of commissioning, and it strengthens the thick ties within an institution and beyond. This day is about Dr. Murad, to be sure, but it's also larger. It's about the groundbreaking heritage that is United, always seeking to lead toward right relationships with all God's people. And faculty remain at the heart of it all, indeed the very soul of the seminary. Thank you, beloved colleagues. We welcome board members who hold the seminary in trust, who have long meetings, who vote budgets, all with good cheer, mostly. We are grateful for you, dear board members. And we welcome friends of the seminary, those of you who have traveled here for this special day, and we welcome students, both far and near. We are grateful for your presence, and we want to especially welcome family and friends of Dr. Murad, whose presence is a gift to United. We especially welcome Dr. James Jones, who is the Executive Director of the Islamic Seminary of America, who will be offering the benediction. We give thanks for this day as we recognize the human calling to demonstrate respect for the lived religion of others. Dr. Murad is exemplary in that regard, and we will learn from him today. Welcome.
Sing to the Lord a new song.
Sing to the Lord, alleluia.
The law of the Lord is perfect.
The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. Sing to the Lord, alleluia.
The testimony of the Lord is sure.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Sing to the Lord, alleluia.
precepts of the Lord are right.
The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. Sing to the Lord, Alleluia.
The commandment of the Lord is pure.
The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. Sing to the Lord, Alleluia.
The fear of the Lord is clean.
The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. Sing to the Lord, Alleluia.
The judgments of the Lord are true.
The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. Sing to the Lord, Alleluia.
Praise the Lord from the heavens.
Praise the Lord from the heavens. Praise him in the highest. Sing to the Lord, Alleluia.
It is my pleasure to offer some updates regarding what our faculty have been working on this marvelous day, and to inform you, our beloved United community, of some exciting new programs. Today, of course, we celebrate Dr. Munjed Murad as we install him as our first professor in the Johnson Fry Chair and the first full-time Muslim faculty member at United Seminary. The academic department has been working hard developing several new programs to add to our curricular offerings. These programs showcase both United's ongoing commitment to the church and the important vocation of ministry, as well as our commitment to interreligious openness and engagement. United's faculty is in process of approving a new MA in ministry, a 36-credit degree program that will serve as an option for students who wish to enter the vocation of ministry and perhaps bivocational ministry, or an ecclesial geographical context where an MDiv isn't required, but who still desire and need essential training in theology, ethics, scripture, and in practices of ministry. Second, United's faculty are in process of approving a 36-credit MA in interreligious studies. This program will be ideal for students interested in interreligious engagement, whether for a vocation in interfaith work or for academic preparation toward a doctorate in religious studies with an interreligious focus. This new concentration would not be possible without the addition of Dr. Murad and the funding of this important chair. Finally, we have approved programs in spiritual direction, an MAL, MDiv, and DMin, which will be fully United's programs starting this fall. And we are grateful for our partnership with St. Kate's, which has allowed us to offer these programs for a number of years in partnership. We also will be offering a certificate in spiritual direction, which will provide students important training in the art and practice of spiritual discernment and spiritual companionship, creating possibilities for entrepreneurial and bivocational work, including spiritual direction practice. We are excited to have added Dr. Cynthia Bailey-Mans, a nationally recognized leader in spiritual direction, to our adjunctive roster, and she will provide excellent instruction in this area. Let me offer some good news from one of our accreditors. Accreditation reports are an important part of an institution's accountability, and they prompt regular review and internal changes where gaps have been identified. Many of you know that for over a year, we've been hard at work preparing for last fall's Higher Learning Commission site visit and had submitted an extensive self-study report to the HLC prior to that visit. We recently heard back from HLC several weeks ago. You might have heard Molly scream in joy on that day. They have given us a clean report with no concerns noted. We are thankful for the tremendous work of Matt Stollenwerk and his leadership in getting us all into rooms and working on stuff, and for all those who served on the HLC report committee. If you're here, just raise your hand and acknowledge. We can acknowledge the work that has been done. We're also thankful for all of you who participated in feedback sessions with HLC members, who contributed to surveys, and any other way you participated in this important process, including you, our students. A couple of dates to know about ahead. On February 15th, the Leadership Center for Social Justice is hosting a special event highlighting the significance of hope as a revolutionary praxis with guest Minneapolis artist Ricardo Levins Morales. On March 6th, join us for the 2023 Susan Draper White Lecture, The Influence of Feminist Theology Over 60 Years at United, with Professors Emeritae Dr. Mary Farrell Bednarowski, Reverend Dr. Barbara Ann Keeley, and Reverend Dr. Carolyn Pressler, along with current faculty Dr. Jennifer Oz Freeman and Reverend Dr. Jessica Chapman Lape. And just a week later, on March 13th at noon, join us for a book event to celebrate the publication of Dr. Jennifer Oz Freeman's The Ashburnham, I can't even say it, Pentateuch and its context, the Trinity in late antiquity and the Middle Ages. It will be a rollicking good time. The future of United is bright, it is deep, and it is wide, faithful to and committed to our historic ecclesial traditions, and radically inclusive and committed to interreligious engagement and openness. We continue to blaze a trail into the future of ministry, justice work, and spiritual leadership as the beloved United community. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Andrea Johnson, and I am delighted to introduce Dr. Munjed Murad, the first occupant of the Johnson Fry Chair in World Religions. I endowed this chair because I believe it is important for our students and their ministries to be schooled in world religions. We are more than an ecumenical seminary. We are truly pluralistic, embracing students who belong to liberal Christian denominations, other world religions, and those who are spiritual but not religious, or multiple religious belongers. Dr. Murad is a practicing Muslim, a scholar of Islam, comparative religion, and the natural environment. He holds a Master's of Environmental Management degree from the Yale School of the Environment and a Doctorate of Theology in Comparative Religion from Harvard Divinity School. I am delighted he accepted this position, and early indications are that his students are enjoying learning from his deep expertise. I find Munjed, Dr. Murad, to be passionate about his subjects, his teaching, and his students. He is warm, kind, and humble. Dr. Murad will help solidify United's reputation as a seminary that is committed to building the multicultural, anti-racist, beloved community we so long for. Thank you again for accepting this position.
Hello, my name is Lux.
And my name is Seth, and
We are reading from Isaiah chapter 55, verses 10 through 13. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven, and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater, so is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it.
you will go out in joy and be led forth in peace. The mountains and the hills will burst into song before you, and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. Instead of the thorn bush will grow the juniper, and instead of briars, the myrtle will grow. This will be for the Lord's renown, for an everlasting sign that will endure forever. And Dr. Murad, you're trending up in class satisfaction.
Hast thou not considered that God is glorified by whosoever is in the heavens and on earth, and by the birds spreading their wings? Each indeed knows its prayer and its glorification, and God knows that which they do. And unto God belongs sovereignty over the heavens and the earth, and unto God is the journey's end. ألم تر أن الله يسبح له من في السماوات والأرض والطير الصافات كل قد علم صلاته وتسبيحه والله عليم بما يفعلون ولله ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله المصير. صدق الله العظيم.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I begin with the sacred formula with which Muslims begin not only lectures, but practically every act. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. I should probably also explain my clothing to you. I've been told that the THD graduates of the institution from which I've graduated get to choose their headdress. And I'm glad to take any opportunity to wear a turban. I also wish to begin with an expression of gratitude. Thank you, President Marshall, Dean Roberts, Chaplain Nikki, Frontz, Diane, MJ, Cindy Beth, Michael, Dr. Oz Freeman, our awe-inspiring musicians, Mr. Daoud Casewit, who's my teacher of Quranic recitation, Dr. Jimmy Jones, our readers today, Pan, Seth, and Lux, and to the Johnson Fry family for facilitating this position that I now chair. May the vision that the Johnson Fry family had for this chair far outlive its current holder. I'm also grateful to the Board of Trustees and to the faculty for this trust. And I'm grateful to all at United for the warm welcome. The title of my lecture today is Loving God and the Neighbor. You would be right to think, what a generic title. The same thought came to my mind when I picked it. But titles normally become generic because they're important and even central themes. And I would venture to say that the love of God and the neighbor is central to both Islamic and Christian traditions. But I do have in mind a somewhat unconventional use of the title. In my use here of the word neighbor, I do not mean to signify human beings who live in close proximity to us. Rather, by the word neighbor, I intend to refer to the non-human others with whom we share this world. When we think of our neighbors, we usually think of human beings, and too rarely do we think of the mountains, the stones, the clouds, deer, and foxes. Although the great St. Thomas Aquinas explained charity towards the neighbor as being charity towards human beings specifically, I believe that in both Christian and Islamic traditions, the word neighbor has a multivalence that on the one hand concerns human beings alone, and on the other hand signifies all creatures, human or non-human, that live next to us. Otherwise, how could such a great sage as St. Francis of Assisi call the sun and the moon brother sun and sister moon? So, for the word neighbor in this title of this lecture, I have in mind the non-human creatures that neighbor us in this world. I shall speak to you today on a topic concerning world religions and religion and eco-justice, the two fields I've been asked to teach here at United. I would have liked to address this topic from the perspectives of various religious traditions, but in the few minutes that have been allotted to this lecture, I'm focusing on Islam and Christianity in particular, and from primarily an Islamic perspective. Suffice it to say, however, that whenever I say God, a substitute sacred word could be used for other religious traditions. Now, loving God and the neighbor. In traditional Islamic and Christian paradigms, one cannot love the neighbor without loving God. Is it not God who is love? It's not me, that's scripture. God is love. How then can we love anything without divine love? Even if an atheist loves the neighbor, it's not independently of God altogether, because love is ultimately inseparable from the sacred. From an Islamic metaphysical point of view, when we love someone or something, we participate in the sacred, whether we recognize it or not. But what the saints of religious traditions have that most people, including Munjed, do not have, is a realization of the love of God so thorough that their love of the neighbor is unlike anyone else's love of the neighbor. By saints, I do not mean to refer only to those canonized by the church, but generally to souls sanctified by God, whether or not their sanctity is recognized by others in the world. These saints are the exemplars among lovers. So, in other words, in traditional Islamic metaphysics, and outside of it, one's love for the neighbor depends ultimately on one's love for God. Now, God is love, but God is also truth. So our love of God is intimately intertwined with our conformity to divine truth. What a profound fact for a seminary, I would say, that teaches theology. Now, in our world today, the word truth is taboo. It seems too absolute. Moreover, it's been said that everything is relative. But to say that everything is relative, except for the statement that everything is relative, is to nonetheless imply some absoluteness. Also, there's an understandable concern regarding the absoluteness of a word such as truth, in light of the conflicts that have arisen from contradictory ideas regarding the truth. It's understandable. And if my mentioning of such an absolute category as truth is at all upsetting, don't take it up with me. I'm simply studying these traditions. Is it not Jesus who said, I am the truth? I am the truth. Sorry, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So don't take it up with me, take it up with the man himself. Moreover, in Islam, the truth is one of the names of God, Al-Haq. And this, dear friends, leads us to a serious obstacle on the path of developing sacred love for our neighbors today. We live in a world in which the renewed discovery of claims to truth has inspired some to say that there is no such thing as truth, and that in order to be loving towards my human neighbors who belong to other religious traditions, I must sacrifice the metaphysical truths of my own tradition. This is a salient topic of inquiry in interreligious studies. And yes, many people have abused the word truth and harmed others in the name of it. But does that mean that we cannot be loving to others and loving to the truth? Must we sacrifice divine truth to be loving to others? If we're willing to do so for compassion to our neighbors, then what about compassion to the divine truth itself? Surely there must be another way to resolve this conundrum. For example, we can develop ways of being respectful of neighbors with whom we disagree and without compromising the absoluteness of truth itself. This is a popular approach: be respectful and loving towards others, even in disagreement. That is, love others without compromising your own tradition's views and your own spiritual identity. This is not to say that one's views are always correct. Rather, it's to say that disagreement with others does not necessitate that one abandon the views of one's own religion for the sake of being friendly. Moreover, religious truths normally teach compassion towards others. How ironic that some triumph truth loudly and are not compassionate towards others, even though those religious truths themselves mandate compassion to others. And there's yet another method worth mentioning. Some, especially within mystical traditions, have asserted that the truth is so inexhaustible that it takes on many different forms in its manifestations, including forms that appear to contradict each other. Dr. Wheeler, I'm winking at you. I have in mind the Indian parable of circling the elephant. I personally ascribe to the philosophy underlying this parable, that the truth is so vast that it manifests in different forms, at times contradictory, such that one person in a dark room who touches an elephant's trunk would say that the elephant's shape is that of a water hose. Another person in the dark room touching the elephant's leg would say the elephant has the shape of a pillar. All are correct in their affirmations, although incorrect in their limitations of the elephant to that part of it which they engaged. This is not, however, a relativism that says the elephant can be described by just any shape. The elephant has its own objective form, regardless of how we describe it. Rather, it's a methodology rooted in actually reaching out to the elephant and acknowledging that the elephant is so vast that while I can describe it from my vantage point, others can describe it from their vantage points. And that may even appear, that is, their vantage points may even appear to contradict my own, although all being true. Now, let me recap a salient point of this lecture. In order to love the neighbor in deep, sacred love, we must love God. We cannot love God if we're willing to compromise divine truth, whatever the truth may be. This brings me to spiritual epistemology, specifically that of the 13th century Persian Sufi Rumi. In his poetry, Rumi highlights the tension between, on the one hand, the scriptural view of a world praising God, and on the other hand, our phenomenological experience of a world that doesn't praise God. According to the Bible, especially the Old Testament, and according to the Quran, all of the earth worships God. But do you see that when you see a stone? I mean, empirically. Or when you walk outside of United, do you hear the trees praising God? Do we hear the trees behind Dr. Johnson praising God right now? Is it interrupting my lecture to our ears? Most people don't empirically hear the praise of trees. There's a tension with this scripture here, which claims that they worship. And most people perceive stones as inanimate, literally lifeless, and certainly not as empirically worshiping God. Through metaphysics, and surely through his own exposure to the spiritual life of nature, Rumi reconciles or offers a reconciliation of this tension. In his spiritual epistemology, Rumi associates worldliness with death and spirituality with life. The reason that most people perceive a stone as being inanimate and lifeless is because most people are inanimate inwardly. Most people are worldly to some degree, thus obscuring their spiritual vision of the world and tainting it dead. On the other hand, free from the obscurity of worldliness, the saint sees the world as it really is, spiritually alive and in prayer. Now, you would be right to ask, well, how do we know this? Sounds poetic, sounds beautiful, but how do we actually know this? When I look at a stone, I don't see something that's clearly in love. Rumi has a response. Now, let me pause and ask you. When you walk into a room full of strangers, can you tell who's in love and who's not? Can you tell who's romantically in love and who's not? Or, let's pass beyond the hypothetical. Can you say who in this room is romantically in love and who's not? I'm not looking for united gossip. It's rhetorical. Don't worry. The answer most likely is no. With the exception of the crazed love of examples such as Romeo and Juliet, or Majnun's love for Layla, for whom love manifests into an outward craze. Normally, but for those kinds of exceptions, when you walk into a room full of strangers, you can't tell who's romantically in love and who's not. And the reason for that is that love is an esoteric matter. It's a matter of the heart. Now, Rumi says, if you cannot discern love among your own species, that you can't discern love among other species, it's not much of a surprise. It doesn't really say much. Rumi says in verse, you have not smelt the heart in your own kind. How are you to smell the heart of wolf and sheep? But so many saints across religious traditions do perceive the life and worship of non-human neighbors. According to Rumi, the reason for this is that these saints have activated spiritual faculties with which they can perceive spiritual realities. The spiritual prayers of nature cannot be heard with corporeal ear, but with spiritual ear, and with spiritual heart, which is the central faculty of spiritual epistemologies generally, located at the center of the human being. Rumi says, the speech of water, the speech of earth, and the speech of mud are apprehended by the senses of them that have hearts. It is this spiritual epistemology, this intellect with a capital I, that different traditions refer to in different names, the heart, the eye of the heart, the intellect, that is located at the center of our being, according to Rumi, that enables us to not only believe in, but to actually know and see the spiritual realities and the spiritual integrity of our non-human neighbors. In other words, it is only in the development of a spiritual epistemology and actual science that we can come to see nature not only for what it is, but for who it is. And this signifies the need to develop ways of being in loving relationship with our human neighbors without conforming and without compromising our conformity to divine truth. Because it's precisely conformity to divine truth. We're talking about spiritual science, spiritual vision, that is conformity to the spirit, knowledge that is the result of conformity to the spirit. And it's precisely because of this, because of conformity to the divine truth, however it manifests in different religious traditions, that enables us to see the spiritual reality of our non-human neighbors and thus to better love them, having now better known them, not as just it, but as thou. This also points to the significance of such fields as metaphysics, theology, and philosophy, and cosmology, all of which are concerned with knowing the other through sacred truth. The love of the neighbor depends on the love of God, and we compromise our love of God when we compromise knowingly our conformity to divine truth, in summary, thereby compromising our knowledge and love of our neighbors. It's worth recalling that it is not relativism, but the truth that shall set one free. And I posit that it is not just one's spiritual liberation at stake here, but also the integrity of our non-human neighbors, whom we have dominated and whose existence today depends practically on our spiritual knowledge and love of them. May that which is at once both love and truth, in its absoluteness and its indefinite manifestations across religious traditions, enable us to know our neighbors and to love them deeply.
Munjed, you have been duly called to be Assistant Professor of World Religions and Intercultural Studies, supported by the Johnson Fry Endowment, and Program Director for Eco-Justice. Do you promise to fulfill the responsibilities of your office faithfully and to bring your gifts of knowledge, wisdom, and collegiality to its exercise?
God willing, I will do so.
Thank you.
Members of the seminary community, do you promise to receive the leadership of Dr. Murad gladly and to support him with collegial affection and vigorous intellectual endeavor?
We do, relying on the wisdom and traditions that have brought us here together.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I declare that Dr. Munjed Murad is duly installed as the Assistant Professor of World Religions and Intercultural Studies, supported by the Johnson Fry Endowment, and Program Director for the Eco-Justice Program at United Theological Seminary of the Twin Cities. This is really moving to me, Munjed, so forgive my stumbling. This is such a precious day in the life of our school. May this covenant made here today be full and our relationships deepened in the journey we take together. Let us walk this path together.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, the kind and the caring, I bring you greetings from the Islamic Seminary of America, and I thank you for allowing me to participate in this installation of my dear friend, Professor Murad. Whenever I'm called upon to do a benediction, I get nervous because as a Muslim, I've sat in so many benedictions that made me uncomfortable. And so I say when I get into this position, I'll try to do this in a way that gives comfort to the people gathered there. So what I'd like for you to do is understand that for me, this is a teachable moment. This, after all, is an educational institution. So what I want to do is three things. One, offer you something from our tradition that we do at the close of our gatherings. Two, affirm that we all are on our own sacred paths and that should be lifted up in a community like this. And three, give a moment of silence for us to invoke the sacred as we see fit in this gathering. So first, I offer you the 103rd surah of the Quran. It's called Asr. It means time. And I offer you a English translation that's fairly modern. You can't see it because the way my camera is, called Quran in English by Daoud. It reads, and this is something Muslims often close their gatherings with, so I offer this by way of education. It reads, in the name of God, the kind, the caring, by time, the human being is a loser, except those who believe do good works or good deeds, recommend the truth, and urge patience. There's much to ponder there from our tradition and other traditions. And I'd like to close by affirming the variety, the radical inclusiveness of this institution, so much so that we are partners, that the Islamic Seminary of America, we have a joint degree with Union. And I'd like to say to those people of any faith tradition or no faith, that as Union has said many times, this place is for you. And so as we close this program and officially open another semester of Union, I would invite us to take a moment of silence and do whatever makes us comfortable in terms of calling whatever we deem sacred in this place. And I'll end with Amin, which is shared by more than one tradition. So now a moment of silence, and I invite you to invoke whatever you call sacred as we begin this semester officially. Amin. Thank you very much.
Bless the Lord, O my soul. Blessed art thou, O Lord. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquities, who heals all your diseases. The Lord is compassionate and merciful, long-suffering and of great goodness. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Blessed art thou, O Lord. Let your good spirit lead me on a level path.
Let me hear in the morning of your steadfast love, for I place my trust in you.